Hi, I'm Craig, and I've got a Christmas carol for you.
Hi, I'm Shandi, and I love to celebrate so much that at my house we celebrate both pagan and some Christian holidays, because kids.
Hi, I'm Kylee, and have yourself a merry little solstice. And this is Seance with My Siblings, Yule edition. Yule 2024 edition. Okay.
Woo, the actors!
During the winter solstice, night stretches itself long and taut, creating the longest night of the year. Stars twinkle just a bit longer in the sky, and the moon hovers, watchful. Darkness holds its breath, knowing that its time is up, and light will start to gather up the hours in its golden hands, and spring will come again.
That was beautiful, Kai.
Aw, shucks. The winter solstice, also called, I just learned, the hibernal solstice.
Oh, I didn't know that yet.
I learned so much when I'm doing research for this thing.
I know. Like wild, obscure facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It is.
I feel so much smarter.
Right?
It occurs twice a year, once in each hemisphere, northern and southern, when either of Earth's poles reaches its maximum tilt from the sun. The winter solstice is also known as the longest night of the year, when the sun is at its lowest maximum elevation in the sky. The winter solstice, as the name suggests, occurs in the hemisphere's winter. So, in the northern hemisphere, this is the December solstice, either landing December 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. And in the southern hemisphere, it is the June solstice, June 20th, June 21st, and June 22nd. For our purposes, we are going to focus on the northern hemisphere because that is where we are. So sorry, everyone else, but we love you.
Pew, 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 pew.
Celebrate everything.
Yeah, just celebrate everything.
All the time, all at once.
Yes, it'll be their solstice too.
Yeah.
We're just celebrating different things because it's a different time of year.
Yep.
And it's a different time of the turn of the wheel in each area.
Yes, exactly. So just party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just party.
yes, that's the message, exactly.
If you take anything from this episode,
just have
Party.
fun.
Party.
Live your best life.
The term midwinter is also used synonymously with the winter solstice, although it carries other meanings as well. The winter solstice was deemed as an important moment in the cycle of the year as far back as the Neolithic New Stone Age. That's about 10,000 years ago.
Goddamn.
This event was used to guide farming activities such as mating of animals, the
Ooh.
sowing of crops, and the monitoring of winter reserves of food. The solstice also has spiritual significance. It marked the symbolic death and rebirth of the sun. The gradual waning of daylight hours is reversed and begins to grow again. It was a day of hope. Surviving the longest night meant that you would see the nights begin to grow shorter and the days begin to grow longer. You would see the rebirth of the sun as it rose in the sky until the summer solstice, when came the shortest night. Winter solstice and Yule celebrations have a lot of crossover and include traditions such as fire rituals, bonfires, Yule logs, gift-giving, and feasts. So, let's talk about a couple of traditions.
Yay.
We've got Saturnalia. Saturnalia is a solstice celebration with origins in Rome. It took place in December and offers some traditions that are the most closely linked with the modern celebration of Christmas. There were games and feasts and gift-giving for several days. Saturnalia started as a one-day festival on December 17th to honor Saturn, the Roman god of farming and harvest, but it expanded to a several-day to several-week-long celebration that culminated on the solstice.
Oh, hell yeah. They really said, we need more partying. We need more shenanigans.
Winter is long and horrible. Let's make
Yes.
it better.
Hell yeah.
Literally. Literally. They would decorate their homes with wreaths and replace their traditional clothes with bright, colorful togas.
Oh,
Saturnalia was one of the most popular Roman festivals, and its influence spread across the Western world for hundreds of years. On the last day of Saturnalia celebrations, known as the Sigaralia, many Romans gave their friends and loved ones small terracotta figurines known as signallaria, which may have referred back to older celebrations involving human sacrifice.
Well, yes.
I like that we stopped doing that and just was like, we could just have these little figures and it works the same. It's all about intention.
It is all about intention. In some places, they would sacrifice instead a young pig, and then back in those times, they didn't waste anything.
No, they ate it.
So they would sacrifice it to Saturn, let it sit overnight in the temple or altar or wherever, and then they would roast it on a spit and share it in the town center.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yes. Then we've got some Norse traditions. Norse traditions also have an influence on modern Christmas traditions. It was believed that Odin, the Allfather, would ride across the night sky and visit people in their homes.
Oh, slay.
Children would leave their shoes out by the hearth on the eve of the winter solstice with sugar and hay for Sleipnir, the 8-legged horse of whom Loki is the mother.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. That's
Freaking
a wild
Loki.
story.
What a
Freaking Loki is
shenanigan.
wild.
And whom Loki gave to Odin because Sleipnir was considered the best horse among gods and men.
He's the bestest boy.
He is the bestest boy with his 8 legs. And he helped Odin travel quickly between the 9 realms.
Well, yeah, you would need that. I wonder what that inspired, guys.
Yeah, this might sound suspiciously
familiar.
Perhaps it sounds like a certain someone you know called Saint Nick, or Father Christmas, or, most commonly, Santa Claus. A jolly old man with the ability to travel quickly from home to home, leaving gifts for children thanks to thanks to the magic of 8 little reindeer. Do you think there was maybe some
I
translation?
wonder.
Do you know all their
Never.
names, though?
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Oh, no.
Is it Petunia?
It's Loki.
Yeah, it's Loki. I mean, he would.
Yeah.
He would.
It's like, look, I got a red nose. It's fine. This is fine.
He can do what he
He
wants.
can, and he
Loki
will.
is
And he
Loki.
will. Oh, don't you worry, he will. In addition to visits from the Allfather, there was a celebration that took place for 12 days. They called it Yule,
Oh,
which is pronounced the same as the word for Christmas in Norway today, spelled J-U-L.
but it's pronounced Yule.
Yule, yes. With drinking, feasting, songs, games, banquets, and sacrifices for gods and ancestors.
The sacrifice.
Sacrifices! You may be gasping in horror. But it wasn't something so gruesome as you might be thinking. The most common sacrifice was of the Yule goat. The sacrifice was called the Yule Offer, or Yule Sacrifice, where a man dressed in goat skins and carrying a goat head effigy would be symbolically killed and returned to life the next day, just like Thor's goats. Did I mention that Thor happened to have a chariot that was led by 2 large goats? These goats are mentioned several times in the Norse sagas, and they were kind of immortal, magical goats, repeatedly until Thor would eat the goats to survive, but they would miraculously return to life the next morning.
I love this.
That's wild as fuck.
Okay, Norse mythology
Is
slaps.
wild.
It's
It does.
so wild.
It's so good.
This is one of the suggested origins of the Yule goat that we see today. The rebirth metaphor also fits in really well with the winter solstice, as on solstice night, the sun goes through its own rebirth. Additionally, during Yule, Odin would lead the wild hunt through the sky,
I love the wild hunt so much.
along with the spirits of humans, horses, and dogs. This procession was intended to remind the deceased ancestors to stay on their side of the bell.
How dare
Back,
they?
I say.
You go back to your corner and you stay there.
And you stay there. Yes. So yeah, Odin's Santa, if you were wondering.
Oh, yeah. Sounds great.
Sounds great.
I love that for everyone.
Yes. Another solstice celebration is the Dongzhi, with origins in China. The Dongzhi festival falls between December 21st and December 23rd. The origins of the festival trace back to the yin and yang philosophy of balance and harmony in the cosmos. Yang represents positive energy, warmth, and light. After this celebration, it is believed that the days will have longer daylight hours, thus creating an increase in positive energy flow. Dongzhi is symbolic of the victory of light over darkness, and it is believed that as the days start to grow longer, a sense of balance and harmony will return to people's lives.
I have like full body chills. Isn't it so wild that places so far away from each other and so separated, especially in the past because it was so hard to travel, have such similarities?
It's
It's
bonkers.
wild.
It's
So
so cool.
there must be something to it, I would think.
You would
Mhm.
think.
I would think.
Maybe, just maybe. Maybe.
Mayhaps.
The festival was celebrated by the Chinese people during the Zhou dynasty, 1045 BC to 256 BC, and was declared as an official celebration during the Han dynasty, 206 BC to 220 AD. To celebrate, people would take a break from work to be with their families. They would honor ancestors by burning joss paper at shrines to show gratitude. Some people still celebrate certain practices during the Dongzhi festival, such as the union of family, taking time from work, and in Sozu, it is tradition to light incense at dawn. Like most solstice festivities, the Dongzhi festival has historically been associated with various agricultural activities in China, particularly in rural areas. As the festival represents the winter solstice, it is a crucial time to harvest winter crops, such as wheat, barley, and radishes.
Oh.
It is also an important time to pay respect to certain livestock and feed these animals special meals to celebrate the occasion.
Cute.
I love it.
And then I have kind of what Shandi was saying here. It's so interesting to see how these traditions have transformed over time, how some practices have fallen into history's arms forever, and how some are still alive and well today. And it's important to remember the origins of holidays like Christmas. It's also really interesting to see that all around the world, despite location, peoples of different faiths, backgrounds, and cultures celebrate in such similar ways the longest night of the year.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it.
Thoughts?
Oh, I've just got full body chills right now. It's just, that kind of goes into what I'm going to say at first, because, like, I love that we can all share something and have something to relate to each other, no matter how different we might seem to be.
Yes.
But in reality, we're all just meat suits.
Yeah.
Literally.
I didn't realize about Loki's child being
A horse?
about him being like the what's it called? The sleigh person. I can't think of words.
Wait.
I didn't realize that that's what that he did that for Saint Nick and like Odin.
For Odin.
For
Oh,
Odin.
for Odin? Yeah. Okay, so Loki is known as like the gift bringer.
Mhm.
He's the reason that Thor has his hammer.
Mhm.
He gave like all sorts of, because of his shenanigans, people got cool shit.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of traditional figures that are tricksters. Like, they kind of decide whether they're going to be naughty or nice.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Hell yeah.
I've got sources,
Yay.
which I forgot in the last episode. So we've got 15 festive winter solstice traditions from around the globe, rd.com. Viking Christmas by fjordtours.com. The Norse Yule Goat, Pagan Yule Traditions by arcanealchemy.com. The Festivals of Midwinter, Solstice, Yule, Christmas. The Three Hairs Blog, thethreehairsblog.com. And Dongzhi Festival, wikipedia.org.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
All right, y'alls. Is it my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go for it. So I'm talking about some Yule traditions. The first one being the burning of the Yule log. So the burning of a special log in a fireplace for luck and fortune has been a holiday tradition long before the arrival of Christianity in Europe. As are most holiday traditions. The origins of the Yule log are believed to have stemmed from Germanic and Scandinavian paganism. The tradition of burning the Yule log began as an early winter solstice ritual. Through the exact date the tradition started has been lost to us, so that's always fun. But there are like some things saying that it like goes back even further than like what
we
most
even
people think. Yeah.
I would
Which
agree with that.
makes
That
sense. Yeah. The tradition of burning the Yule log began as an early winter solstice ritual, and appears in the 17th century Germanic study, though it is widely believed to have been predicted for centuries prior. The Yule log has often made of oak, decorated with holly, pine cones, and dried fruit. In some practices, the Yule log would be burned for 12 nights until January the 6th. The ashes were considered valuable and were used medically and to protect against evil. So you can spread your Yule ashes in your windowsills or under your doorways and use that to protect against all the evil spirits that are out in the nights. You could count the sparks and pops from the burning log to predict the new year, which is cool.
That is cool.
It reminds me of the fire gazing.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. It was fire gaze.
Pyromancy. Thank you.
Is that like pyromaniac?
Yeah.
I was like, there's a word.
You called it fire gazing in the divination
Fire
episode.
gazing, yeah.
But still, same.
Same thing, different shapes.
Yeah.
You can carve runes into the log to seek protection from the old gods. The log was used to symbolize the sun's return and warmth and light during the dark seasons. And some people would place the log under their bed each night to protect against lightning and fire, which I thought was interesting because it's like a burned log. You're putting it under your bed. I was like, okay.
Fighting fire with fire.
Exactly. It must have worked.
They kept doing it.
It didn't start on fire, so it did its thing.
Well, and if it did, they're not here to tell about it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the Celtic Druids venerated... So I'm moving on to evergreen trees now, sorry.
Okay.
The Celtic Druids venerated evergreen trees as manifestations of deity and a symbol of the universe. To the Celts, these trees were sacred because they did not die from year to year, like deciduous trees. Deciduous trees. Therefore, they represented the eternal aspect of the goddess who also never dies. Their greenery was symbolic of the hope for the sun's return, as are a lot of the Yule
Everybody's sitting
traditions.
there in the dark winter going, fuck, this sucks.
Is the sun
Bring
going to
the
get
sun
here?
back.
Is the
Let's
sun
do
going to
everything
come?
we can to make sure the sun wants to come back.
Yes.
Please.
Please,
We'll literally die.
They said it's cold. The Druids decorated the evergreen trees at Yule with all the images of things they wished the waxing year to bring.
You mean setting intentions?
Yeah, exactly. Setting intentions.
Yes.
Guys, setting intentions. It's the thing you do. You must do the setting of intentions.
I never would have thought.
Never evers.
We never talk about it.
No.
I know. I've never even said the word intention. Not once.
Never in my life. They'll dress the evergreens with fruits for a successful harvest, love charms for happiness, nuts for fertility.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Sorry.
Yule nuts.
Yule nuts. You'll love my Yule nuts.
Jeez. Yes.
Fuck.
This is what you come here for, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And your listeners?
Are you here for this?
For these nuts.
For these nuts?
Obviously.
You can also dress your tree up with coins for wealth. Adorned the tree with coins for wealth. These were forerunners to many of the images on today's Christmas trees. Candles were the forerunners of today's electric tree lights. So they would put you've seen the pictures of the trees with the candles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Fire
dangerous.
hazard.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, very dangerous.
Very pretty, very dangerous.
I've also seen people wearing wreaths of holly and mistletoe, all the evergreen
the-
vegetation with real candles.
Yeah. I think that's
Wild
the
and-
St. Lucia crown is what they call it.
Oh, okay, cool. I just remember Felicity's Christmas or whatever, the American Girl story. I don't know which American Girl it was, but she was wearing that on her head and the book cover.
Hell yeah.
It reminds me of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
One of the
yes, one of the
ghosts.
Christmas
Ghost-
present.
Yeah.
Present. Yeah, that one.
Christmas present.
All right, y'all. So I have a carol for you.
I'm fucking stoked.
It's a Wassel carol. Wassel, wassel, all over the town. Our toast it is white, and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of white maple tree. With the wassailing bowl we'll drink to thee. That is the Gloucestershire Wassel carol.
What does wassel mean?
So Wassel,
I don't.
I debated doing the carol after telling you what Wassel was, but I had to do it first.
Yes.
So Wassel is a hot spice drink that's traditionally made with cider, wine, mead, and typically includes spices like apple sauce.
Wassel?
Wassel. I was saying Wassel. I didn't look up how to pronounce it. Whoops, my bad.
I only know that because my mom's dad used to make that every year at Christmas.
Mhm.
Only he didn't put booze in his. Super sad.
Sad day. Yeah. Yeah, so with wine, ale, sherry, Madeira, spices, you would put cinnamon sticks, cloves, fruit juices, such as like orange or pineapple. This sounds like such a tasty drink.
It is real good.
Yes.
Should we make it?
We should
We
make
should.
one.
Guys?
Oh, yeah.
It's not that hard.
Brown sugar. You can put bobbed apples in that bitch.
I
don't
do
want
not want to.
people-
No. I think
I
both
think
of
we
us
were
are like,
gonna say the same thing.
no.
Don't put your face in my boo.
For the
Yeah,
aesthetic.
don't
For the
put your face in
aesthetic.
something I'm going to put in my mouth.
Yeah.
Unless we're like making out.
Even then, don't put your face in my drink.
No.
Yeah.
Like, yes. And don't put your face in my food.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
Your finger will get bitten.
Um,
Nom, nom. They'll also put like bread or sweet cake crusts in it, which I thought was very interesting, and the texture was probably horrifying. Yeah, I was like, no.
like, I would dip some, like
Little.
if.
Like a tea cracker.
Yeah. That would be fine to dip it in, but I wouldn't like,
Mhm.
here, let's put these in here and let them sit.
Yeah,
No.
because it's served warm. Like it's a hot
Yes, it's a hot
bevy. Yes.
Mm.
So the drink itself is said to bring good health. The purpose of the wassailing,
Wassel.
wassailing. I've offended so many
S's.
people. Is to waken the cider apple tree and to scare away evil spirits to ensure a good harvest of the fruit in the autumn. So, y'all,
Which is made with like apples and autumn
Yeah,
fruits. So
mhm.
makes sense.
Makes
you have
sense.
to drink your booze or else.
Or else you gotta party and give offerings, or else you won't get no
No
apples
fruit.
next year.
Yeah.
No
Exactly.
fruits for you.
None of these nuts either.
Yes. To put on your tree.
Yeah.
Oh, lordies. My God. Okay, sorry. The ceremonies of each wassel very, I can't say, oh my God.
You said it so much that way in your head.
I
that you just
know. Wassel vary from village to village, but they generally all have the same like core elements. The wassel king and queen led the song or a processional tune to be played, sung from one orchard to the next. So they'd go around singing this
can't.
carol
That
to
sound
their
like,
orchard.
here we go, a wassailing of something.
I was thinking it was either that one or like the wassail, the Gloucestershire wassail.
Oh, the
carol.
one that he just told us.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
the
that's
first one,
probably-
yeah.
Oh, that was probably, that makes sense.
Maybe.
They probably
Maybe
do
they
a
have lots
bunch.
of
Yeah, they
songs.
probably have like
Well, if you're going
A
to go
few.
from orchard to orchard, you got to have a lot of wassail songs.
yes,
Yeah.
singing to the wassail trees. that
Singing
makes
to the
no
apple
sense.
trees
The
so
apple
that
trees for the wassail.
Make wassail next year, too.
Yes. The wassail queen is then lifted into the box of the tree where she places toast soaked in wassail from the clayed cup as a gift to the tree spirits,
Aww.
which is very nice. And I'm just like pictured it in my head, like this queen being lifted up with like soggy breadcrumbs.
That's
In her fist, yeah.
kind of what it, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But now I'm just picturing a hot drag queen being
Yeah.
lifted up.
No, that's probably more accurate. That's exactly what happened. Oh, man. I
Make
heard
sure
that
you
as
like
well.
RuPaul, you know?
Yes.
Just being she's the wassail queen and she's like decked out in her best.
Hell
Her and
yeah.
Dolly Parton together. are the
Yes.
wassail queens.
They
Yes.
are.
They wouldn't raw dog the wassail. They would have a
They
fancy.
had it in a
They have it in a bowl, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
like
it. No, my savage ass would be raw dog.
Like squeezing between your fingers, you know?
Just do it anyway.
Oh. If the queens were available, they would send the youngest boy or Tom Tit will stand in for the queens
Oh.
and hang the cider-soaked toast in the tree.
What is she not? Why is she doing?
Why
that?
is she not available? I don't know. If she's been
She's too
plague-born or no, she's too drunk.
She's
exactly.
like, I cannot.
She's like, I can't do this tonight. You go on, Tom Tit.
Little
All
Tom
I'm catching is a tomtit is a bird. Oh, what's a tomtit?
Tom Tit's the little boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
They
They
that's
called
just
him?
what they called him.
Oh,
yeah.
so like he's a bird. He's going up
He's
in
on
the
the
tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
so
cute.
silly.
Oh yeah. So those are the Yule traditions that I really liked this one because it was booze. Yeah.
We might be related.
Mayhaps. I was like, I need to talk about that one.
We've got to talk about the wassail.
Yes. I need to try the wasp.
Mm-hmm.
That's a do it.
Let's do it. Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Let's go.
Any questions about any of those traditions or
I love
Wilden?
wassail queen.
The wassail queen.
Just giving gifts.
Raw dogging bread.
Raw talking.
Soggy bread. For the tree spirit, guys.
Spirits.
Do it for the tree spirits.
You gotta do it for the tree spirits.
Yeah, or else you won't get no apples.
You need those apples so
Yeah.
you can have more wassail.
Right? If you don't get the apple juice, there will be no wassail.
Yes.
Because you can't do it with just water and spices. That'd be horrible.
That would be
Yeah, that
horrible.
one.
You
Not
can't just
tasty.
have booze and spices either.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
But it's not as good.
No, it's not as good.
You want it to be tasty and aesthetic.
Yes, and you don't want to take like one little bit and be, sloppy.
Yeah, precisely.
Yes.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Interesting.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah,
I love it too.
same.
I've never heard of wassailing.
Wassailing.
I don't think we do it here because we're not very fun here in the Utahs.
No.
Nope.
No.
Catch us raw dogging wassail toast.
Lining up the
Oh, we could go to the state hospital.
They'd be like,
With all the deer.
Yes. Smell their beautiful apple tree.
Yes.
We'll just have to go up and tell the front desk, like, hey, here's our $10. We're going to take pictures and,
Yes.
like, raw dog wassail toast and put it all over the trees, okay?
Okay.
you cool with that? You'll get more apples.
You'll get more apples. The tree spirits will be amazed.
And
For
they'll
the
be
tree
like,
spirits.
okay.
There's a room down the hall for you.
I do not meet criteria. Thank you very much.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
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 My turn.
Yes.
Oh, I apologize for all the sniffling. I have had a sinus infection since before Halloween.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
No bueno.
And my dumbass didn't go to the doctor until like just before Thanksgiving because I was like, nothing's wrong. It's fine. It's just, I'm sick and never got better and it's going to get better. Just get
Yeah.
It's going to get better. It has to, right? Okay. Excuse me. Dear friends, as I was researching for this episode, I came across a lot of angry humans claiming things like Christians stole Christmas from the pagans or Christmas isn't pagan. There was a lot of anger and hate. Like lots. Like whole blogs ranting, like on either side.
Damn.
No side is exempt from this. And it seemed very fear-based, like very much, I don't want to be celebrating something that someone else I don't agree with might be celebrating. And nothing I celebrate can come from anything they celebrate. And everything I celebrate was stolen by them. Like it was a whole hate-mongering bullshittery.
So very much not in the Yule.
No. not in the spirit
The
of
spirit,
anything
yeah.
this season. So, dear listeners, let's change the lens that we are viewing this issue through. I am just one silly little witchy human, but it seems to me if we could celebrate our similarities in our celebrations this time of year and view the similarities as a way that we have more in common with each other than we do not, then we can truly be in alignment with most people's belief that we should let people do their own thing as long as they aren't hurting anyone.
Yes.
I think it is really cool that Christians have a star on top of their tree, just like I do. It symbolizes different things, kind of, for each of us, but it's awesome. Let's all work on loving each other more and having grace for everyone because we're all on different parts of our life paths and we are all learning different lessons. Okay, end of whatever that was.
I liked it.
You do.
Yeah, sorry about it, but it was like wild. When I
Yeah.
was looking stuff up, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, we've got to not do this. So, to all of our listeners, no matter what you celebrate or don't celebrate,
Happy whatever.
yeah, happy whatevers, and let's have a good time. Okay. What I am really wanting to talk about today is celebrating Yule with a specific deity that you are working with. For me, it is Hecate. Yule is kicked off with the winter solstice on the 21st of December. It is the longest night of the entire year. It is seen as a kind of liminal space, which is Hecate's jam. Hecate is a psychopomp of sorts and can be depicted as holding a torch to guide us through the darkness of winter. This is the season of the crone, and as a triple goddess, this is one of Hecate's faces. She is here to guide us, to welcome us into her cave. This is a time of year where the earth sleeps and rests to reawaken in the spring to become fertile and full of life. This dormant season is a time for reflection and planning, working on personal growth, which Hecate is more than happy to assist you with if you are wanting to work with her. I plan to worship her this season by doing a bonfire in dedication to her, and I'm also just loving simmer pots. So I plan to do one with pine needles, orange, and apple, allspice, and a lot of cinnamon, both to give thanks, but also to bring back the sun, very important for this time of year, and to set my intentions of abundance and success for next year.
That's going to smell so good.
It's gonna smell so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
But we're not gonna drink it.
Not this
Don't
one.
drink it. We will offer some on my altar, and we will offer the rest to the earth spirits and return it to the earth. That's what I do with my simmer pots.
Yes.
Yes. Some people do drink theirs if they've put edible things in there. So you just gotta be careful. Don't be drinking poison. Please. Please do not drink poison.
Please, for the love of God, don't do not drink poison.
And pine needles.
Some people do make tea out of pine needles.
Oh.
And they don't die. So
Okay.
I don't
It's
know.
probably going to be a pretty
Yeah.
strong concentration.
Yeah.
You would think, I'm not a
And I
doctor.
don't know. Neither am I. And I don't know enough about pine needles to know how toxic they could be or
Mm-mm.
not be.
Nope.
Anyway, so one of my favorite new oracle decks, the Dark Goddesses Oracle deck by Caitlin McCarthy. I would like to share with you Hecate's card from this deck and what it says about her. So you guys, she has a key around her neck.
I love
Looks
her.
like she's got 3 moons on her crown, representing, I would think, her 3 faces. Hecate is usually depicted with keys, a torch, a snake, and 2 dogs by her side. But, I mean, she's a woman of many talents. Anyway, and her card means crossroads in this oracle deck. So the myth of Hecate is Greek goddess of witchcraft. She is the queen of the night and the goddess of witches, who has power over earth, heaven, and the underworld. She is often depicted as having 3 faces, carrying a blazing torch and accompanied by her sacred dogs. The guardian of the spirit world, she has control over hordes of ghosts and acts as an intermediary between spirits and humans. Her skeleton key can unlock the gate to all realms. Worshippers of Hecate gather for special suppers in her honor, where secrets of sorcery are shared and leftover food is left as offerings to her and for dogs. So if you pulled this card, we're doing an oracle reading, the meaning would be, you have reached an important crossroads and a decision must be made. Hecate is calling on you to choose a path. Choosing your way will mean other opportunities will close to you. Change is unavoidable, but the direction of your life is completely in your own hands. This is a heavy choice to make, but a necessary one to continue moving forward. And I feel like this is the time of year of crossroads. Like people are making New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Winter is definitely a time of reflection because there's nothing fun to do outside because the snow is the devil.
Yep, it's a barren wasteland.
It's a barren, horrible wasteland. And so what better do you have to do than set intentions for the next year, reflect on the year that just has passed, you know? And like, what changes do you want to make? What do you love? What do you not love about yourself? What do you hope for in the next year?
I like
And
it.
that is how we can celebrate Yule and work with Hecate if you choose. She's very patient, you guys. I didn't know I was working with her for years because I'm just that weird and stubborn. And I'm like, I'm not going to choose anything. It's just like this overall mother goddess. And it's like, it was Hecate all along.
It was
Hecate
Hecate all along.
Anyway.
She's literally like so cool though.
Oh my gosh.
She gets even Zeus quaking in his boots.
Which she should.
Queen.
Yes. Yes. She just sees something. She's like, that's mine now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think that belongs to you?
No.
Silly.
Yeah. She literally like had nothing to do with the underworld until she was helping Demeter search for Persephone, and she's like, "Oh,
Just
I
kidding.
kind of like it
She's like,
here.
oh, okay.
This is mine now."
And this belongs to me.
Hell
This
is
is why I have
wrong.
keys for everything. It's very convenient.
Very
a torch.
convenient.
Okay,
Okay,
that's what I got.
I like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Any thoughts, feelings?
Hecate is just cool.
Hecate
Yeah.
is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
She asks for the most random things.
She does. I'll just get something will just pop in my head. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I slack. She wants some pine needles. I need to get them.
Yes.
We've got a tree out front, bestie.
So do I. Yeah. Yes. There's
Yes.
so many pine. I'm just, it's always at inconvenient times. I'm like, dude, like, really? I'm kidding.
She's like, pine needles now.
I'm like, okay, but I've got to wipe. Wash my hands.
I wonder, just because like she's so broad and over so many things that she just has a bunch of interests.
She does. She's just, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she can be so helpful because anything you are working through or working on, she's like, oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
She's like the mom and grandma you want to have.
Yes.
Usually
Yeah.
don't get.
Yes.
Not you, mom. Not
No,
you,
Yeah,
Amanda.
yeah.
not Amanda.
And some, I found that she's kind of sassy too.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. And she's going to teach you lessons in ways that you're kind of like face palm. Yep. Why didn't I see that before?
Yep.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. At least that has been my experience.
Yes. And like,
That's wicked.
yeah.
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 So happy whatever.
Happy, whatever.
Yeah.
Merry Crisis.
Merry
Merry Crisis.
Merry
season.
holidays.
Happy Chrysler.
Merry Crisis.
How dare you drive a Honda Civic when you know I celebrate Toyota-thon?
Oh gosh. And everybody. Oh, we have socials.
Oh,
We are
Oh.
so
Hurry and watch us on the clock app before it gets banned.
Yeah. It's at Seance with my siblings.
follow our Instagram from the clock gap before it gets banned.
Yeah.
Seance with my
Seance with my siblings.
We have a YouTube.
We do have a YouTube.
Hopefully that doesn't get banned.
Hopefully.
Jesus.
What would I do all day at work when I'm getting stood up by clients? No. Anyway, Seance with my siblings.
Seance with my siblings.
Seance with my
We
siblings.
have a Gmail where you can talk to us
And send us your scary stories.
and your pet pics and your ghost pics
all the things.
at
Seance.
seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com.
Yes.
.com.
And we'll be keeping an eye out if a TikTok alternative crops up in the next little bit because people are already talking about, like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I guess everybody just reverts back to YouTube
People,
and
yeah.
Reels.
Instagram and
People don't want to go back to Instagram because it's owned by Meta now.
right.
So-
I don't know. I guess we will see what the future holds.
We will
Yeah.
see what the future holds.
Or we'll just make our own website where we post our bullshit.
Yeah.
We do have a website.
We do.
that
We
never
do have a
even
website.
talked about it.
We do have a website.
It's seancewithmysiblings.com.
.com.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right.
Happy
everyone.
whatever.
Happy whatever. Bye. Wave to the microphone.